All right, we've got Mandar Fanse who's joining us here on the broadcast as well. Mandar, this is an extremely big development here, Nawab Malik being arrested. If you can give us some perspective into all of this, into the background of this case first.
Remember, first thing first is the major leaders from the NCP, they are also shocked, and I just had spoken with a few top leaders in NCP, and they are still figuring it out the overall situation. They are not expecting that the Nawab Malik arrest will be evident so fast. The most important thing is said by Mr. Majid Memon, where he has already mentioned that without any summon he was picked up in the early hours from his residence. So that is one particular thing needs to be well understood, that how ED was well prepared with their own homework as far as arresting Mr. Nawab Malik is concerned. Right now the situation is such that even the supporters of Nawab Malik, they are trying to gather around the ED office and at the same time at his residence in Kurla. This is going to be a very difficult time for the MVA government right now. Remember, Nawab Malik is not a small leader. He is a cabinet minister, and at the same time he is the person, he is the face, he is the man who has so far attacked on the BJP in a frontal way. So it is very difficult right now for NCP to deal with this situation, and this is considered as a major blow to NCP. Now remember the money laundering case, which was basically being investigated by the ED, needs to have come up with more details, but what we learn from the sources is that the link between the various land transactions which Nawab Malik has done in the earlier days, it seems from almost 17 years back he has purchased land in his son's name, and therefore that particular case was being probed. And at the same time, remember recently when the Dawood Ibrahim family, who was also questioned and investigated, the link between their transaction is also being established by ED. And Hasina Parker, Dawood's sister, and her son Alisha Parker, he was also investigated recently, and apparently this is there are 2-3 arrests which last week has been done by ED. Those arrests can be linked with Nawab Malik, and right now, considering all these things and all these developments, it seems ED must be having some kind of records which are linking Nawab Malik as far as his transactions with these people are concerned. So it is very serious thing if at all Nawab Malik is found to be dealing with some kind of a money transaction with the Dawood family. So this is also one thing which most of the BJP leaders were talking and also alleging almost last 15 days, that they will now expose all these transactions with the Dawood family and with the people who are in the government. This is the beginning, in a way, when most of the sources from ED and most of the sources from the top BJP leadership, they are saying us that it will be almost 10 people from the MVA government, all three parties who will be targeted soon,
right,
as far as these various cases are concerned. So
right,
Nawab Malik arrest is a very important right now development in Maharashtra.
Right, absolutely, Mandar, and I want to talk to you specifically about that point of the allegation of the opposition that central agencies are being misused, at least as far as the BJP is concerned. But before that, let's in fact listen in to some reactions coming in.
उद्धव ठाकरे जी के जो घोटालेबाज नेता मंत्री है, उन सबको घोटाले का हिसाब देना पड़ेगा। कितनी भी दादागिरी, माफियागिरी, पुलिस का दुरुपयोग फिर संजय राउत या उद्धव ठाकरे करेंगे, किरीट सोमैया और भारतीय जनता पार्टी महाराष्ट्र को घोटाले मुक्त करके रहेगी।
All right, that was the reaction there coming in. Let me also go across to Shivani, who's joining us here as well. Shivani, if you can take us through, what these developments mean. Of course, that we've seen that protests had erupted even when Nawab Malik was taken away for questioning. So now it is going to get more intense now that he has been arrested.
See, first of all, definitely there was Nawab Malik under the scanner of Enforcement Directorate. In fact, he himself knew, and that is why if you go to the series of the tweets that he has made in the past, he clearly kept on saying that there are some special guests, some mehmans, those are going to visit him early in the morning. But that was not really happening, and this morning, particularly in the first hour of morning, we saw that how Enforcement Directorate reached out to his place in Kurla where he resides, along with the summon, and not only that, but the Enforcement Directorate team did not even give him some time also, to escape from Enforcement Directorate summon or take out some time or maybe find out some more time or some other date. So instantly we can say that Nawab Malik could not get enough of time to face Enforcement Directorate or make any sort of any other arrangement. As usual, we were also seeing in the past as well that how several, in fact...
Shivani, my apologies for interrupting you, but I want to go across to Priyanka Chaturvedi, who's joining us here on the broadcast as well. Thank you very much, Priyanka Chaturvedi, for joining us. Your first reaction as far as this arrest is concerned.
All I would say is that Bhartiya Janata Party continues to use these institutions and investigating agencies and central agencies to run their political agenda against the opposition. ED is nothing but an extended department of the Bhartiya Janata Party, which has used and deployed them to protect the political narrative that Bhartiya Janata Party has been espousing. They know they're losing ground in Uttar Pradesh, so they have to come forward with something else in another state to create news and take away the important questions that the people of this country are asking. It is a motivated case. This is a witch hunt and continues to show that BJP can fall to all levels and kill all institutions for its own politics.
Absolutely, Priyanka Chaturvedi. That is, in fact, the other aspect to what you're saying is these charges itself, or this link that is being probed right now. Do you believe then this arrest itself is either premature, because the link itself is quite serious in nature?
Whenever Bharatiya Janata Party is losing its political narrative, it deploys the Dawood, it deploys Pakistan, it deploys ED, EOW, Narcotics Bureau, everybody, so as to they can change the narrative and take it to Pakistan, Dawood, etc. The country is now witnessing how governments which are non-Bharatiya Janata Party, state governments, are targeted daily. Maharashtra has been fighting them out and has been exposing what Bharatiya Janata Party stands for, and that is why they continue to do what they're doing. His arrest is unconstitutional, undemocratic, and I'll tell you why. A sitting minister has been arrested without even giving him a notice for investigation and has not even sought permission from the speaker. This is going beyond the jurisdiction of ED and doing something which was absolutely contrary to what constitutional norms you have to abide by. So they can continue exposing themselves. They're ready to take them head on and fight this till the end.
Right. So, Priyanka Chaturvedi, if you're saying that, a lot of the way this has been carried out is unconstitutional in nature, what is now going to be the next steps at this point in time with regard to this entire arrest, with regard to the way the whole thing has then played out?
We have been fighting them out from day one of our government formation. We have seen how they use the Sushant Singh Rajput case for their politics in Bihar. We saw how they used the Aryan Khan case to attack Maharashtra and the people of Maharashtra. Now we are seeing this. After Sanjay Raut ji, it is Nawab Malik ji who is being arrested. And we all know why he has been arrested. Why Mr. Nawab Malik and Sanjay Raut ji continue to be their pain point? Because they expose the Bharatiya Janata Party and their nefarious way of politics. And that is why trying to build pressure. But country is watching and country is witnessing how everything is being undermined for the politics of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Right, and one final question, Priyanka Chaturvedi, in terms of actual, the developments itself here and the reaction that's going to happen from either the Maharashtra government, from the NCP, or obviously Nawab Malik's aides as well. What is going to be the next step? Would you have any idea or understanding at this point in time as to how this entire case is going to be fought?
No, we are going to, like I said, this fight is not something which has begun from here. It had began the day we formed the government in Maharashtra, and they continue to build pressure. We haven't bent under pressure. We won't continue to bend under pressure. We will continue to expose them, and we are all united. And I think every state government which is not governed by the Bhartiya Janata Party stands united in this entire pressure tactic that BJP deploys. We saw how the Telangana Chief Minister had come to meet Maharashtra Chief Minister. Again, the same pain points that they continue to build pressure on various non-BJP governments by using these central agencies. We'll continue to expose them. We will continue to fight this out, and we will emerge victorious by the blessings of the people of the state and by all the constitutional and democratic norms, by following them.
All right, we leave it there. Priyanka Chaturvedi, thank you so much for speaking to us here on Mirror Now. We're going to continue